Guys, I just want to get this out of the way. This is actually going to be a positive sounding video because there are some good things about this game that I'm going to be going over in what they can improve, you know? Now, I know I've been very critical of this game because they've made some very questionable decisions, but there are some things that we could discuss. This is not going to be a rant video. I know I've done a lot of rant videos over the past like couple months, but I'm just going to be actually getting to the root of the problem, which will be at the end. But there are multiple things I'm going to talk about, like the very good things and the very bad things. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Please sub up. Thank you for all the support and whatnot. Road to 500. I don't know how long I've been doing this. I'm going to be hitting a year of YouTube in like 4 months, so that'll be cool. But let's get to it. The very first thing that I'm going to be tackling is a good thing. We're going to start off with a good thing, a positive of this game, and that is the IP. Yes, the IP. So, with the IP, it's JJK. Come on. So, I feel like this is something that, you know, this game is extremely carried by. This game, I know it's a JJK game. All gacha games are carried by their respective IPs, but there's some games that take their IP and expand on it into such a way where they have made their own community, and it's like the game is carrying its own hype. It's not just the anime anymore. Take Dokkan, for instance. They haven't had an anime running in a long time, but they've done their own thing. They have their own memes, their own stuff. You know, they're not carried by DBZ as much as some other gacha games like this one. So with this gacha game, I feel like they have the benefit of having really good story and characters to work with, because unlike a lot of anime, take for instance Solo Leveling, you don't care about Solo Leveling's side characters, right? We don't care about them. We don't know their names. Maybe the one blonde girl, that's about it. We just know him and his aura forming and the fights. But with a series like JJK, every side character feels important to you. Junpei, like that was crazy. Junpei, Geto, Yuta, he's not really a side character, but hey, Yuta. Just all these characters. Higuruma in the latest episode was going crazy. Characters like Maki. There's so many incredible characters that this anime has to offer that this game can work off of, because we don't have weak, trashy side characters that nobody cares about. These are actual side characters that they can use. We don't need 6 Gojos, which we already have. I'll get to that in a second. But the IP is something that this game should really be taking advantage of. Like, one thing that was great, a great thing that the game did that they need to do more. I don't understand why they stopped. But dropping Color Games Yuji after episode 1 and 2 aired was literal peak. Because I already know the game, JP, got so many new players off of that. Because I feel like a lot of people don't know that there's a JJK gacha game. Like, this game is pretty niche, guys. This game is pretty niche. I always meet the same people on Discord and whatnot. Might meet some new people now and then, but hey. Also, if you want advice, Discord me. I guess people have just been Discord DMing me about like just random advice and whatnot. Anyway, but I feel like this game is pretty niche, you know what I'm saying? And that Culling's Game Yuji drop after that, it's like opening people's eyes that JJK has a gacha game. And it's dropping characters like that. So dropping a Culling Games Yuji after the Culling Games aired, that is how a game should be working, because that's extremely hype. And I'm very frustrated that they're not doing this more, getting more Culling Games units, because we're just getting Shibuya units right now. End of Shibuya units. Now, I'm not going to say that's an inherently bad thing. These characters still look cool. They are standard units. Maybe they're saving. So I'm not going to criticize them for what they're doing exactly right now, because there might be a plan. Now, I'm not going to talk about leaks in this video at all, but for those who know, yeah. So that is something. But the IP is something that the game needs to lean on more. But honestly, they have been doing a lot of leaning. I'm just going to say that right now. Like, the game is very carried by IP. It could be even more carried if they did some certain things, but that's neither here nor there. So I believe it is time to move on to the next segment of this video. For every positive, there is indeed a negative. And the negative I'm going to be covering is the gacha system. Yes, this gacha system is terrible. It is horrendous. Horrendously bad. It's bad, okay? So let me just explain to you how this gacha system works, okay? So you need to do 15 multis. 15 is quite a lot. 15 is 45,000 cubes. 45,000 cubes. You can grind that in, honestly, 3 to 6 months, like, because the game doesn't give out that many rewards, free rewards, you know? So you can grind that out in about 3 to 6 months if you are really locked in, especially if you're a new player. Then getting 45k isn't that hard because you have story mode and whatnot. But that 15 multis, 45k, that's a lot. But here's the problem. I'm saying 45k, assuming that you have been shafted like me to the point where you have this much. Hold up, have I even recharged on this boy? No, I don't think so. Let's do this. Yep, confirm. So recharging is where you get shafted really bad, so you can use every 2 multis you can get 10 of these points, which is worth 1 multi, right? So how this works, this is terrible. This is actually terrible. But basically, you can exchange your points to the banner, right? You can exchange your points to the banner, but you can only do up to 100 points, right? So I have 240. I've been shafted a ton, so I could exchange up to 100 points, which would allow me to only have to spend 45k. So basically, if you don't have recharge points because you haven't been shafted yet or something like that, you're not spending 15 multis. You're spending 20 to 25 to 30 multis. That's 90k because you need 250 points. How much is 250 points? Like, without any recharge, I'm pretty sure that is how much is that? Is that, I think it's 35, no, not 50, I think it's 25 multis. Like, an insane amount of cubes. That's terrible. That is a terrible system. A very bad system, okay? It's a very bad system because you're just getting screwed over, honestly. Pity is pity in this game is genuinely the most setback thing of all time. It's the worst experience, and the rates are not good either. Like the gacha details, the rates are not good, okay? Compared to other gacha games, these are terrible rates. And the one other problem that they need to fix is the dilution of the standard pool, because we are getting about 5 to 7 standard banner units every, I don't know, 6 months maybe, every anniversary basically. And the problem with that is that that's more SSRs being added to the standard banner, that it makes it way harder to pull standard banner units that you want. Other gacha games have done this already, but changing the way the game works to where, say there's a Gojo banner, right? On Gojo's banner, take off the random garbage SSRs. You can still leave garbage ones on, but leave units like the standard SSR UGs, leave all of them on there. Leave all of Gojo students on the banner, because that makes sense. We don't need Todo on the banner. We don't need Jogo on the banner. We don't need Toji, yellow Toji, not red Toji who fought him. We don't need yellow Toji on that banner. Make it make sense for his team. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that the game really needs to do and really needs to improve on, because this ain't it. Only 3 banners, by the way. 3 banners. If you're a new player, this is terrible. You don't want to join the game at this point in the game. Like, he's good, but he's not carrying you. And then these guys, they're old, okay? Yellow Yuji still got it though. I'm just gonna say that Yellow Yuji still got that dog in him. The other ones are really good early game. They won't be good when you're like doing floor 80 and whatnot. But that is another point. Now we're gonna be getting to a semi-positive. Now, the final good thing that I want to cover is the story. I greatly appreciate the story because, unlike a lot of other gacha games, this game works directly with Gege to create original stories. Now, the reason why I've been taking so long to get through this story is because I'm actually taking time to read these stories and actually, pay attention to what's going on with the plot. Because the other stories, I don't care. In other gacha games, Dokkan, DBL, BSR, I don't care for the story because it's just retelling the same thing. So with this game though, you're actually getting plot. You know what I'm saying? Like all of the stories and stuff are very, very good. It's very pretty well written, you know? Very cool moments. There's some pretty hard fights in this story mode too, right? Which is very interesting. Like I'm learning new things as I read this stuff, and I like the way how they're going with story. The one thing they could work on is actually giving us the units from the story, because for we don't have the villains from Furoka, that first story mode, you know what I'm saying? The first original story mode that we got, we don't have the villains from that, which I don't really know why. And then Saki and Yuki, they got one unit and that's about it. So there is a lot that they can do with the story mode. I really love how this game does the story mode, and I'm pretty sure other people will love it too, you know? Just like the actual, you know, actual good stories, it's very good quality of life thing. So I'm just wanted to cover that, you know, because I do want to include positives as well as negatives, you know, and then get some things to work on. The animations are great. But yeah, that is the last positive that we're gonna be talking about. Now we're gonna get to the biggest reason why this game is not gonna survive if it continues like this. It's just the truth. So you may be wondering, what do I mean by core gameplay? The core gameplay is simply when you log in, what are you doing? That is essentially what core gameplay is. What are the events that you're playing? What are the things that you're doing in the game that are actually fun and, you know, cool to do? Like, that is what the core gameplay is. And what this game suffers from is a terrible core gameplay. This is just my personal opinion, you know, that's just my personal opinion, you know, don't have to go crazy over it. So, I made a rant video like 2-3 weeks ago talking about just, you know, the lack of events and stuff and the lack of content. And then I posted to the Discord, and these guys, or one or two of them, was talking about like, there is content, or at least I have content because I still have tower and story, right? And then some other things are not maxed. I have maxed out pretty much everything in the game at this point except for story, because I want to take time. And then events I cannot max out. See, the problem with this game is that it's too boring. There's nothing to do in the game, right? Like, we're just gonna run it down. Sweep can be fun, you know, testing new units, but when you do it so much, it gets to a point where it's just not fun anymore, you know? It's not fresh, it's not new. Hard mode was decent, but it's still the same thing with a bigger health pool and more damage. It's the same thing, basically. Now, tower. Tower can be great at times, but tower is also very frustrating because of the amount of RNG. There's well, I feel like there's so much RNG. I'm not used to playing a game where there's just so much RNG. And the problem is, if you don't pull certain units, you're just hard locked. Like, I don't have Domain Gojo, so I'm hard locked 62. Now, I can probably do it if I, you know, spend 2 hours of my life getting perfect RNG with a terrible team. That is something you can do, but who wants to do that? That's not fun. That's just grinding. It's not even grinding. It's just like frustrating yourself, and you don't want to be at a point where the game is frustrating yourself. Formidable foe, everybody's done it. Enhancement quest, you know, that's the thing that you do on Friday when there's 2 times rates. Domain investigation, the domain investigation event that they brought out, that was actually fun. Something that we could log in and do. That was really fun, actually. So I just like that. Now, I've already talked about leveling up and grade up system and how that system is kind of annoying, but hey, you have to get through it. The SP event, you know, that event is like, it's pretty difficult, I would say. I have not reached a point where I can consistently do it, you know? But the events that we get, like story events, you just click to it. It's kind of boring, you know? There's nothing to do. The bosses are pretty easy as well. You're just trying to grind for the cubes. If you're a maxed out player, then you're gonna have fun with the score challenge and hopefully be better than everyone else in the world. But that can only last a day or two. Like, most of the events that this game drops only last the first 2 hours before it's completely maxed, and the only thing left is maybe the score challenge, if that's what the type of event is. So the core game itself just needs work. Like, kind of just is a little bit boring, you know, at times. But that just is my personal opinion about how this game, functions overall. Some people have fun with it. I don't personally have nearly as much fun with it, but I still just love JJK. So, gotta play the game. I want to know how y'all feel about this. Like, what do you feel about the game? What do you feel about its core things? What do you like about the game? What do you enjoy? What do what are just the things that you like about this game? Hopefully we can, come to consensus in the comments. You know what I'm saying? But I'll see you in the next video. Please like and sub up.